Thanks for stopping by at Twisted Art Designs. Today I want to talk about Derwent Inktense Pencils. They are a colored pencil that you can use either wet or dry, but the difference between this and a watercolor pencil is, just like the name says, it actually is an ink. So regular watercolor pencils, when they're wet and they dry onto your watercolor paper, if you use water you can reactivate them. When these are dry, they cannot be reactivated. So you can do a wash over a surface and they dry really quickly, so there's not a lot of bleed through, and they're very vibrant colors because of the ink pigments that are within the pencil. You can also use them on material, which I love. I used to do a lot of handmade dolls and make dolls, and I love these for doing the faces on the dolls because they work really well on material, on silks and cottons and any kind of material. So they're good for quilting, if you're doing designs to put on quilts, or you want to do colorful washes on material, you can use them for that. So they're really nice pencils. I enjoy them a lot. And what I've done with my swatch sheet, as I've talked about in previous videos, I love to swatch and have my supplies in a swatch book, and I create my own swatch sheets. Derwent does not have a swatch sheet. They do have a printout of the colors, but as you know, if you print out on your printer, they're not going to be accurate because they're going to be, whatever ink is in your printer, so it's not going to be the exact color. So I like to swatch it myself with the actual art supply. So I've created a swatch sheet where you can swatch the pencil dry and then do the wet version of it, so that you can have wet or dry and the name of the color and then the number of the color. So if you're interested in getting a swatch sheet to swatch your own Derwent Inktense pencils, there will be a link in the description box below, and it'll take you directly to the link for purchasing this swatch sheet. You'll get it empty with no colors on it, and then you swatch your own pencils. It's an instant download that you print yourself. And I use really good quality paper, so I cut a piece of watercolor paper, 8.5 by 11 size, put it in my printer and printed, and I use an inkjet printer, so that doesn't matter whether it's inkjet or the other kind of printer, but be sure that you print it onto really good paper that you're going to be using the art supply on. So I figured if I'm making this swatch sheet for myself in my own swatch book, I might as well offer it for other people in case you want to purchase it. I've done all the work for you, and they are in sections by color again: yellows, oranges, pinks, reds, blues, greens, earths, and grays and blacks. There is a place too for their outliner, is what they call it, and it is not water soluble. It's just a pencil that you can use for drawing and making marks and lines over your drawing. So for my review of these, I'm not sponsored by Derwent. This is my own art supply. This is just giving you my opinion. I love them because of how vibrant they are. They're super bright. Other watercolor pencils, which, these are water soluble, but regular watercolor pencils tend to be very, very faded looking, and I love the intensity of Inktense because I like my colors to be very bright and very intense. As far as a lay down of just colored pencil, you can use them for coloring adult coloring books or drawing a picture, anything like that. I think they have a nice lay down. Of course, they're not going to be as nice as colored pencils such as like Caran d'Ache Luminance or other colored pencils that I like Lyra. I don't think they're as good as that for colored pencils. I use them more as a wet medium. So I use them a lot in mixed media projects, and here's a little example right here. This is number 510 Cherry, and I'm going to use this to add some color to this face. So for a mixed media project, I like to tip it directly off of the pencil. So take my water brush and tip some color onto my water brush, and then apply it onto my image that I'm applying it to. And then, like I said, when it's dry, it's permanent, so you won't be able to move it again. So that's how I like to use them, is adding a touch of color or a pop of color to mixed media projects. Like, let's take this, let's add a little pop of blue. Again, I'm going to tip it right off of the pencil and come in here, and you can add some deeper hints of blue. So see how that just added some deepness to that color. So that's how I use them. I do like them a lot, and I do recommend them. And if you have them and you're building up your supply of them, they do, lots of places sell them. Jerry's Artarama, Dick Blick. You can get them on Amazon. I don't know if you can get them open stock on Amazon, but you can get them in sets on Amazon. And then if you buy a small set, you can build up, or you can buy them individually, one at a time, open stock from some of the other art supply companies. And this is a nice way so that once you swatch what you've got, you can see what you don't have and what you need to purchase. And then I also, again, use my swatch sheets for being able to look at the actual color when it's dry and see what it looks like, so that I know exactly what color I'm going to lay down onto my artwork. So hopefully this helps you out, and maybe it gave you something new to look at for a possible new art supply to get to try out. If you are like me, I like to try a lot of different things, and I like to buy them open stock, just a few at a time, so that I can see if I like them before I invest in a bigger set or buying more of them. So if you do that and you get started and you want a swatch sheet, hit the link below and it'll take you to where you can purchase this swatch sheet inexpensively. So I hope you're having fun today making art and making a swatch book. Thanks for stopping by.